All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to whatever the fuck this is.
I vote that we.
We're still doing the.
I want to do this every time. Welcome to.
Okay, great.
I think that's cool. I like it.
Happy Saturday before Halloween.
Happy Saturday before Halloween.
Yeah. Do you have a costume prepared?
I don't dress up anymore. Yeah, I will dress up as Guts though.
So Guts from Berserk is the correct answer.
Yeah, but I don't know when I'm gonna have that cosplay. So.
Oh yeah, we gotta help you out with that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Landon, who is helping? Oh, who's helping us right now? Let me get my camera. He's with us on set today.
Yes, he's
it's
helping
official.
out. It's amazing.
Wait,
Thank
okay.
you, Landon, for
Thank you, Landon.
being here.
There he is,
And
just like that man over there.
Can I try it?
Yes.
Okay. Just show off a drink in front of me and be like, yeah, imagine.
Oh, sponsors, we're here. We're available. We're like a couple of whores on the at the blade.
It's like, that was a really peachy. I wasn't expecting that.
It's peach.
Yeah, I know.
It tastes kind of weird because I'm so used to White Claws and like the tinny flavor. You know, like that kind of like shit metal flavor, and that
I don't
it
drink
just
White Claws.
adds to the experience.
No,
Claws the law, man.
No, I don't drink White Claws.
Claws the law. I'm wondering if there's any movie that you want to talk about right now before we dive in first.
What I want to talk about?
Yeah.
You
Because we've seen a lot of movies. We've seen a lot of movies since the last time we filmed.
That's true.
And we've,
I mean, I saw the Eric and Lyle Menendez series.
I just watched the documentary for that.
No.
Did you watch the dramatization for that?
I watched the dramatization of it. I did not watch the documentary of it.
Interesting, because I watched the documentary, I actually kind of feel like I need to refuse watching the dramatization.
You need to refuse it?
Yes.
That's fair. I can, yeah, because they I didn't know that they like changed stuff or whatever when I watched it, but
They always do.
yeah, and yeah, it was. I like the soundtrack probably the most. That was honestly, like, not that it was bad, but it was just like I was like I really like the Dahmer monster series.
Yeah.
And it was not as good as that one, in my
Soundtrack wise?
No, just in general.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting, because I did see the Dahmer monster series.
The name is so stupid. I don't like it.
Yeah, it was just like
Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story, or something like.
I saw when you see the poster, you're just like.
No, it's Monster, Dahmer, the Jeffrey Dahmer story, which I think is. Yeah, because there's Dahmer right in the on the thing,
Dahmer.
And then the Jeffrey Dahmer story is underneath it, and then Monster's above it. So
the
it's
series is called Monster.
Yeah.
Which it was. I'm kind of confused as to whether or not it was showrun specifically by Ryan Murphy.
I think so.
Or at least that season, but now it's its whole anthology.
Yeah.
Which nobody asked for that.
I'm enjoying it.
That's good. How was Javier Bardem? Because I think that was my main.
He's incredible in everything he's in. What do you mean?
That's true.
He's an incredible actor. He's fantastic.
Oh my god. We just saw Rosie Perez.
Yeah, it was awful to watch. It was terrible, but he kills it. Every actor in it.
He kills it, and then he gets killed.
Yeah, every actor in it kills it. It's great.
It was very. Okay, so watching the documentary, which it's not even a series, it's literally just like a one and done thing, and for me that worked. Because you go through the court case and you actually hear from the brothers themselves being interviewed from prison and seeing where they're at mentally in their space and kind of talking about the actual, what happened during the court case and what was going through their minds after all of this time that they've been able to process a lot and, probably get a lot of therapy. One of them does art now. He literally just does paintings and stuff. And he's just like, yeah, like I found my peace and rehabilitation through just painting and all that. And the other one helps counsel and listen to victims of childhood sexual abuse, which is really cool to hear.
That's very cool to hear.
I think for me the biggest and saddest aspect, other than the whole thing that they were sexually abused as children, was how they were treated by media.
Yeah, it was awful.
So that's why I'm like, I don't know if I do want to kind of, because I feel like the dramatization of that incident, I don't know if that sits right with me, considering like there's childhood sexual abuse.
Oh, they definitely need to do it. Well, there's like 3 reasons I can think of, top of my head. One, this is like reigniting interest in their case, and they might actually get out.
That's true.
They might actually get out from this being made.
Okay.
So that alone makes it worth it to me.
That's a good point.
2, it like sexual abuse against men is like rarely covered in the media, period. And for it to do
And not taken seriously.
and not taken seriously, which happened to them.
Yeah.
And for it to be shown in such a visceral way, they don't show anything.
Right.
That's how the monster series is, though. Like, they don't really show anything too graphic. It's just the...
Which is impressive for how, at least from the...
It's the implication and then acting.
The Dahmer series was like, they didn't really show...
Nothing. They don't really show...
At most, they showed a little bit of the violence and the stuff leading up to the horrible shit. And even then, it's so sickening.
And they cut away as soon as he decides to hit. Then they cut away, and then it's done.
I just want to show you a movie.
Yeah, and then he wears the Palpatine contacts, and he's like, I watch this every day. It's like, what?
No, literally, I was
every day you watch this movie?
It's every day, bro. No, I was so confused when I saw the poster for that, because I was just like, why did they put contacts on him? I didn't know that was a thing.
I thought that, I was like, okay, that's cool. You know what was crazy though? Well, like when there was like eclipse and he was getting baptized the same day that the other serial killer, Wayne Gacy, was getting executed. I thought that was like pretty insane, and that actually happened. So I'm like, well, okay.
It's insane how those parallels happen, because also with the Menendez brothers,
that happened there.
Their case was kind of overshadowed when OJ happened.
That happened, yeah. OJ.
And they were like, oh yeah, we knew OJ. And was it so their father was an entertainment lawyer?
Yeah, but like OJ like was in the same like I guess I'm not sure if this is real, but in the show he's like in the cell next to theirs.
What?
Like,
OJ?
Yeah, and they like talk and they like tell him to take like a plea, like they're like, you should take a plea deal. And no, the show isn't like, it's not that it's bad, it's just that it could be a lot. It's like 10 episodes.
Okay.
When it could be like 5 or 6 or 3. Yes.
Yeah.
There's just a lot. Well, okay, if the problem with the show is they're trying to like, they portray it as like every theory like mixed in a little bit. Like
theory. Okay.
You know what I mean? So like what they were
I don't really understand what there really is to theorize about though. Well, but at the same time, I watch the documentary.
If you watch the show, it'll make sense. It's like basically what they try to incorporate what everyone was speculating at the time into the show. Okay. So it's kind of like they're trying to do like an unreliable narrator kind of thing, which is kind of like what they're doing, which is what I think everyone had a problem with.
Yeah, that's just the thing though. There's two sides.
Yeah, because I don't really know why everyone's upset.
I do. And it's the same reasons, or very similar reasons, as to why a lot of people were upset with the Dahmer series. It was the sense of exploitation, and then where are we at with the victims? Which I think you make a really good point with the Menendez brothers, is that they are still really prominent. They're still in prison and stuff. And from what it sounded like they were just like doing a lot better, and they were able to, and they got, their wish to be in the same prison together and have been able to work things out and heal and process that trauma and talk about those things and address those things with each other. When they couldn't do that when it was happening in the moment. They couldn't do that because in the 90s, no one took them seriously. Yeah. Which, that was like the most reeling.
And the shit with their therapist, like that's...
Okay, so that is where I can see...
Their therapist is such a dickhead.
Honestly, I would probably have censored the series, which, again, I haven't seen the series. I would have censored it around their fucked up therapist and what their therapist knew and what their therapist was telling the father.
That would have been a lot more interesting.
I'm surprised they wouldn't have gone that route.
They didn't. That would have been cool.
Because that in itself, that's a...
Because they could do like a new tape like at the beginning of every episode.
Yeah, where like the therapist is just like, this is what I was told. You know, this is what, whichever brother.
I think that Eric would be so much more interesting. Because then they could like get away from the shit because it's from his perspective.
Exactly. And that would make it even more messed up.
Bro, we just wrote a better thing than they did.
Hire me. Hire us, HBO or whatever, Netflix.
Yes. Hire us.
Hire us.
There's one episode that you watch from that show. Episode 5.
That's when...
It's a 36-minute... What?
That's when the twist of the knife happens?
No, it's a 36-minute long take.
That's what I was told. Didn't Were you the one who watched it? Someone was telling me there was like the simulation of long takes. No, maybe it was you actually. It was probably you over the phone.
Yeah.
Is that when like the other shoe drops kind of moment because it's halfway through the series?
No.
No, it's just good.
It's just 36 minutes of acting excellence. Yeah.
Is that what point in the story is that? Like the courtroom or?
They're in prison. He's talking to his lawyer. Or sorry, they're in jail. They were in jail for like years and years before their trial.
Yeah.
So it was
a
like,
lot of time went by.
It was like during that.
Yeah.
So it's like it's an interview with him and his lawyer, and he's telling her what happened to him for 36 minutes, and it's one long slow push.
I would be interested in seeing.
And it's fucking incredible. It's like some of the best acting I've ever seen. Period.
Have we heard anything from the brothers themselves commenting on the series at all?
They're not happy with the way they're the characterizations of them.
From the poster itself, I was just like,
the poster is whack. I will say, like the poster
honestly,
is not
awful.
Okay. It's not.
Honestly,
good. It's not a good. It's not a good look.
It's so awful, especially with like the context.
Yeah.
It's really fucked up. It's really fucked up because like, okay, if nobody knows what the fuck it is we're talking about, like on the poster, it's like one brother holding the other, like,
and they're like
naked. Very demure.
They're doing like their model faces.
Mewing.
Yeah.
Don't get caught lacking.
But yeah, he just goes hella deep into his trauma for 36 minutes.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was weird for me because I had done something similar to that recently, and I was like, and then I was watching it back, and I was like, I looked and sounded like this when I was doing that, and I was like, huh.
Yeah. It's heavy. I mean,
yeah.
From a filmmaking. Or maybe even like as just like someone in the audience standpoint. Yeah. That's awesome.
It's very
like that kind of sells that for me. But again, I don't know if I want to necessarily
just watch that episode then.
Yeah.
Just like that episode that's Kino.
It's a similar thing with Monster, or not Monster, but the Dahmer season where I thought it was incredibly well done. I was blown away by the way that they were able to show what they did and then not show certain things, and I felt sick to my, like the first episode had me sick to my stomach, which doesn't happen often.
Yeah.
It does not happen often.
Your stomach's pretty solid. Like you've seen some shit.
I think it's my Filipino ancestry. I can take a lot of hits and not, nothing happens.
That's fair.
Yeah, but very well done. I loved, of course, Evan Peters, fantastic actor.
He killed it. I think that role really fucked him up though.
Yep.
I think he's like still dealing with it.
Yeah, a lot of backlash came from that role. Niecy Nash was amazing. Honestly, the entire cast.
Yeah, everyone in it killed it. I mean, did they take liberties with the story? Absolutely.
Yeah, but there was also there's both, like I said, there's both sides to it. I learned a lot about that case because that stuff interests me, but to an extent, I don't want to end up being, enjoying things to where it's just like, wow, this is crazy. I want to, when it comes to a real life story, I want to be able to still look at it with that context in mind and respect that, rather than leaning too heavily into the entertainment aspect of it. Because at the end of the day, it wasn't really entertainment for me. It was more maybe sensational, but at the same time, I did learn a lot about maybe Dahmer himself, in the case himself, which there's been a lot of Dahmer media too. There was like My Friend Dahmer, which was, I think, the biggest thing before this one.
Which is, I'm happy they made that, but that movie looks so boring.
It was really boring.
Yeah. Just from the trailer, I was like, this is probably going to be the most boring movie I've ever seen.
I think
it's the lead up to his first kill. Oh my god, I wonder what's going to happen at the end.